Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful Lunar New Year. Although 2024 is here for more than a month, for us Asians, the Dragon Year just started. During the last few days, I have been reflecting on my journey as a YouTuber. Like the juvenile dragons I talked about in my video for the arrival of the Dragon Year, many YouTube channels won't survive the test of time, but some will grow and take off, soaring into the sky. And oftentimes, it is not how hard we work or how much effort we put into the work, but the luck and the circumstances that determine who will win in the long run. So, in this Dragon Year, I'm going to take things easy, do what I love to do, and leave things to their nature course. So, I'm just going to make a few videos less serious than the ones I made last month. That is, reading poetry by my favorite poet, Wang Wei. David and I have been reading and translating poetry by Wang Wei, especially the ones composed during the last 10 years of his life with his friend Pei. I'm going to present some of the poems by both Wang Wei and Pei in the following weeks. Today, I'm going to read one poem Wang Wei dedicated to Pei. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and traditional Chinese medicine. Please click the like button and subscribe my channel. Your support is very important for me. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can find the Patreon link in the homepage of my channel or the description section down below. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. So if you would like to read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, let's go back to Wang Wei. If you watched my second video about Wang Wei, or if you haven't, here's the link. You might recall that he bought a villa at Zhongnan Mountain called Whale River Valley between 741 to 744 AD. Different records have different dates about the time he bought the property. Maybe one day we'll find out the exact date. The property was in a sorry state after years of neglection when Wang Wei bought it. So he put in lots of effort and money renovating all the houses and cottages at the property. I assume the renovation probably went on for several years since it was quite big, and Wang Wei designed and supervised the renovation himself. He probably moved in long before the renovation was completed. Wang Wei invited many young scholars, including his brother-in-law, to stay at his villa. One of them stood out. That was a young scholar named Pei. We know very little about this young man, except he was about 16 years junior to Wang Wei. Did quite well in the National Civil Service examination because he won the highest degree at the exam, 秀才, or outstandingly talented. People often confuse this degree with a much lower degree of the same name in the later dynasties. However, during the Tang Dynasty, 秀才 was the highest category among different categories of scholarly titles, such as 进士, the imperial scholar, or 明经, or the classist. During the whole Tang Dynasty, the court held 273 National Civil Service examinations, and 8,455 scholars passed the exam, and only 29 scholars won the title of 秀才, less than 4 in 1,000. So Pei was quite extraordinary. However, it seems that Pei only worked briefly as an official, and was not interested in pursuing a political career. He purchased a small cottage near Wang Wei's villa and spent more than 10 years there until Wang Wei passed away in 761 AD. During this time, the two of them became very close, visiting each other very often, going out for walks, and exchanged poems. They even published a collection of 40 poems in the title of Wang Ji, or the Wherever Collection. In this collection, each of them contributed 20 poems. David and I are currently reading and translating the poems. I will present some of the poems from this collection in the following weeks, and maybe one day we'll publish the whole collection. Today, I won't present a poem from this collection. Instead, I'm going to present a poem Wang Wei dedicated to Pei while they were at the Wherever Villa. Now, let me explain the title first. 辋川闲居赠裴迪. Wang is the name of a local river that flows around the estate in a circle like a whale. This is how the villa gets its name. 川 means river. 闲居 means idle days. 辋川闲居, or the idle days at the Whale River, is the title for the poem. 赠 means dedicate. Pei is the French surname. 秀 literally refers to the seedling that just break out from the dirt. It also means something that stands out from a crowd. For example, there is a Chinese saying, 木秀于林，风必吹之. If a tree stands out in a forest, the wind will break it. So, standing out from a crowd sometimes is quite risky in Chinese culture. This was exactly what happened to Wang Wei because he was so talented and attracted a lot of envy and resentment. This might also happen to his young friend Pei Di because of his success in the civil service examination. Cai means talent. 秀才 means outstandingly talented. Di is the given name of the friend. 赠裴秀才迪 is the subtitle explaining who the poem is for. So I translate the title as Idle Days at Whale River for the outstandingly talented Pei Di. Apparently, Wang Wei had a high regard for Pei Di. He composed many poems dedicated to Pei Di, and he always addressed Pei as 秀才, or the outstandingly talented. As I mentioned earlier, there was only a few scholars who ever obtained the title. One had to be extraordinarily talented to achieve this title. Furthermore, Pei Di was about 16 years younger than Wang Wei, and Wang Wei could simply address him by his name like he did with his other young friends. But he did not. For Wang Wei, 秀才 was not just a title, but one that expresses his admiration to the young man's achievement and talent. Now, let me read the poem in Chinese first. 寒山转苍翠，秋水日潺湲。倚杖柴门外，临风听暮蝉。独头余落日，墟里上孤烟。父子皆已醉，狂歌五柳前。Now, let's look at the first two couplets. 寒山转苍翠，秋水日潺湲。倚杖柴门外，临风听暮蝉。寒 means cold. 山 means mountain. 转 means turn into. 苍翠 refers to a color that is similar to the feather of a housing. So David and I translate the term as housing green. 秋 means autumn. 水 means water. 日 means day. 潺湲 means flow gently. 乙 means lean on something. 丈 means cane. 柴 means firewood. 门 means gate. 柴门 is a gate made of firewood or twigs instead of timber, of which proper gate should be made of. This kind of gate indicates the gate is rather humble. 外 means outside. 临 means facing something. 风 means wind. 听 can be translated as either to listen or to hear. David and I initially translated the term as hear, but I changed it to listen when I was writing the script for this video because the poet seems expecting Paddy, but was not sure whether he would visit or not. As we can see in the last couplet of this poem, Paddy showed up singing. So I can imagine how delighted Wang Wei was. 木 means dusk. 蝉 means cicada. So the two couplets can be translated as cold mountain turns housing green. Autumn waters flow gently throughout the day. I lean on my cane outside the firewood gate. Facing the wind, I listen to the dusk cicadas. 渡头余落日，墟里上孤烟。复值皆与坠，狂歌五柳前。渡头 refers to the ferry crossing. 余 literally means left over. Here it refers to the remaining light of the setting sun. So David and I translate it as the last of the sun. 落 means set. 日 means sun. 虚 literally means the space between hills or walls where houses are. So the character acquired the meaning of a city or a village later. Here it refers to a village. 里 means inside. 上 normally is used as an adverb, but here it is used as a verb meaning to rise. 孤 means a single thing, such as in the phrase of 孤木不成林, or a single tree does not make up a forest. 烟 means smoke. The three characters 上孤烟 paint a peaceful yet somewhat lonely picture of a single line of smoke rising above a village against the setting sun at a ferry crossing. This couplet is one of the most popular lines of poetry that many Chinese people can cite without thinking when they are alone and feeling a little melancholic. Yet, the loneliness and the silence were suddenly broken by the arrival of a friend, Paddy, who was drunken but happy. 复 literally means again. Apparently, Paddy often showed up at Wang Wei's house without announcement. So he was here again, but a little drunk. We think Wang Wei was telling about what happened at this particular day chronically. So we translate 复 as then. 直 means meet. 接语 was supposedly a man from Chu who refused the job offers from his king by being drunk all the time and pretending to be insane, so that he won't be persecuted for not serving his king. He appeared in both the Analects of Confucius and Zhuangzi, so he might be a real historical figure. But we know little about him except what was reported in the Analects and Zhuangzi. 醉 means drunk. 狂 means crazily. 歌 means sing. 五 means 5. 柳 means willow. 五柳 refers to the 5 willow trees allegedly planted by Tang Yuan-ming in front of his house. Tang Yuan-ming was a Tang Dynasty poet who quit his job because He could not bear the humiliation of kowtowing to a vulgar senior official. Later on, Tao Yuan-ming became a Taoist culture icon who withdrew from public life and retreated to the mountains or rivers to live a secluded life as a hermit. Here the reference is used to imply that both Pei and Wang Wei preferred a private life in the mountain to that of an official at the court. Qian means in front. So the two couplets can be translated as, the last of the sun sets on the ferry crossing. A single line of smoke rises above the village. Then I meet you, like the drunken man from Chu, singing crazily in front of the 5 willows. This poem has a rather clear Taoist tone. The peaceful scenery, the drunken friend who is clearly not interested in pursuing a political career, and the two cultural icons who were known for withdrawing from public life for a peaceful life among the mountains and rivers present a clear message what the poet really wanted. However, there is also a quite interesting human connection hinted in the poem. The single line of smoke indicating someone just started cooking in the village. The poet leaning on a cane, looking into the distance, seems expecting someone. And then a friend dropped in, breaking the quiet and somewhat lonely scene, singing crazily. We have to admit that Wang Wei is not just a poet, but a master playwright. In mere 8 lines, a comedy is suddenly played out in front of us. What a happy day! The close relationship between Wang Wei and Pei Di triggered many rumors that their relationship might be more than just friends. But there is no historical evidence to confirm the rumor except the poems they composed for each other. I'm going to present another poem Wang Wei dedicated to Pei Di next week, and followed by more poems from their Well River collection in the following weeks. You can make your own judgment. Were they friends or lovers? I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and traditional Chinese medicine. Please click the like button and subscribe my channel. Your support is very important for me. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can find the Patreon link in the homepage of my channel or the description section down below. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. So if you would like to read the classical Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.